Right. Now give me Esther chapter 13, verse 9. Okay, the Apocrypha. Okay, see, that's the whole point. Now, let's bring in this. Now, what we just read in Romans, let's just get out what Esther said. Esther chapter 13, verse 9. Okay, it's after you. Right, read what you got, brother.
Saying, O Lord, the King Almighty, for the whole world is in thy power.
The whole world is in the power of the Most High, read.
And thou hast appointed to save Israel.
And the Lord said, and the woman said, if thou is appointed to save Israel, like we just read in the scripture, read.
There is no man that can gainsay you.
You Cunalites can't do nothing about it or against it. All right, we was already predestined to walk in the glory of the Most High while Yahweh. The Gentiles screwed up. Now it was predestined for them to serve us. All right, bless those that bless us, and curse them that curse us. Give me James chapter 5, verse 6. Now let's bring out the scripture that I want to bring out in the beginning. We're closing out like 15 minutes, make it an hour and a half. Okay, because these uploads are kind of quick off of your laptop. All right, James chapter 5, verse 16. Whoever receive it. The hell. All right, because most of the people just want to watch the first two parts. Anyways, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, but at least we're bringing out scriptures.
We're bringing out scriptures. You men are bringing out soap operas and as the world turns.
Or you may bringing out whoever can receive it as a breakdown. It's right. Bringing out the scriptures, man. Whoever can receive it.
Yeah, how you break that down? How is that a precept? Whoever receive it.
Receive it.
How is that a breakdown, B?
Yeah, we making mockery of you. I'm making mockery of you. Man.
How the hell?
I'm making mockery.
How the hell is that a breakdown? Yeah. Whoever receive it. Whoa!
Where is that in the scriptures? Is it written in the book of Revelation chapter such and such and such? Whoever receive it. Is that a breakdown?
Listen, man, you can say what you want about the Sword Cut Sharply channel. You can say what you want about Tawarakhan and Brother Masha. You can say what you want, man. But just remember, man, this is an arsenal of scriptures, B. All right, this is a spiritually military spiritual campaign of scriptures, B. Okay, this is a full arsenal right here. All right, that's the bottom line. So if you're going to come up against what we're bringing out, make sure you bring out your finest scriptures and cut through these scriptures that we're bringing out. It's a lot of homework. Okay, real homework is the scriptures, B. Okay, that's the real homework. James chapter 5, verse 6.
James.
This is for you Cunalites out there. Read.
Ye have condemned and killed the just.
Here it is. You got the Edomites, raped, robbed, and murdered. Okay, you niggas just said they're not even Edomites. So we ain't got to worry about them. You say they're Japheth. Okay, Japheth, okay, has raped, robbed, and murdered us. So what should God do to the nation of Japheth? Even if you Cunalites will say that Esau is Japheth, then what is the judgment on Japheth then? Because the Lord said, he that toucheth Israel toucheth the apple of his eye. When you read the scriptures, shall Japheth enter to the kingdom without being punished as a nation? When the Lord said that he would judge as a nation, the heathens, the Gentiles, Read James chapter 5, verse 6 again.
Ye have condemned and killed the just.
Right. We're condemned in this kingdom. The nations don't give a damn about our people. Mainly the so-called white man who you guys refer to as Japheth, who we know is really Esau and Edom. Read.
And he doth not resist.
And you niggas still want to love this man. Okay, you still want to love this man. You still want to love this man. You want to walk him down the street. You want to hold his hand. You Negroes have become care bears for this man, man. You still want to love this man. You want to love his children. You want to change his children's diapers. You want to walk his little girls to school. You want to do all these things, man. After this man has been responsible of rape, rob, and murder of Zion, man. How can you even stomach yourself knowing that you are with a nation of people whose ancestors raped, robbed, and murdered our nation, who have not yet paid yet for that rape, rob, and murder? Okay, give me Isaiah 14:21. Okay, don't give a damn if men don't like the scripture. We still gonna bring it out. And when we brought the scripture in Harlem, the Coon brother understood. Yeah. And for a moment, he stopped being a coon. Yeah, he understood this. He even broke it down himself. Once we just read the scripture to him, he said, oh, that explains everything then. Yeah. Read Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21.
Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers.
They got to pay for the crimes of their ancestors. That's the bottom line. 70 years the Babylonians ruled over the nation of Israel. And within them 70 years, you had about at least one generation of people. And the Babylonians' children, okay, that their parents and their grandparents raped, robbed, and murdered our parents. Okay, our people at that time had to pay for what they did to us by the hands of the Persians, right? When you check it out, it was 70 years Babylonians rule. So you figure that, let's say, for example, a soldier was about 30 years old when he helped destroy Jerusalem. He had a child. 40 years later, that child is 40 years old. That's 70 years, right? Or whatever, 40 years, right? So 40 years old, that child is. And let's say, for example, the Lord rose up a nation. He killed that 40-year-old child whose father helped burn the temple. All right, see that? That's why God said, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, because it wasn't an individual situation. Because in an individual situation, children don't have to pay for the crimes of their fathers. Meaning, if their father did something wrong and then they're born, they should not reap of that which their father did wrong. But that's an individual, personal situation. Like say, for example, my father stole from you, okay, and you know, I'm not to be held accountable for that, all right? But I will be held accountable for that if I know my father stole for you and I possess that which my father stole and I didn't give it back to you. But let's say, for example, my father did something against you. I'm not to be held accountable for what my father did against, because that was my father, that wasn't me. However, as a nation of people, the nation that did rape, rob, and murder to our people, they have to pay as a nation. Whether you Cunalites want to call them Japheth or Esau, they have to pay for rape, rob, and murder of our nation. And you guys are disgusting if you think they don't have to pay. And you're ashamed to our ancestors who were raped, robbed, and murdered and burnt on stakes because of this damn devil, man. Okay, read what you got. Isaiah 14 and 21.
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
Read.
That they do not rise.
That's why we just read in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 11th chapter. Notice, you men said we emotional, but we cutting you through scripture. Notice 2nd Ezra 11 just said what? Concerning Edom, or concerning the eagle, which is also the name of the Roman Empire, the movie that they got coming on Showtime, which was also an actual movie that was in the box offices about 6 months ago. The eagle. This man is showing you he's the eagle. His Federal Reserve note is the eagle. He is the eagle, the devil. Edom, Esau, so-called white race, they have to pay. The Lord said they will not rise, meaning they're not going to come back in power again, although they ruled the earth for so long, like it was said in 2nd Ezra 11. Read.
Nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right, so they're not going to have an inheritance. That's why in the kingdom, Edom's territory is going to be overran, and we want to take over their territory. Okay, Edom's territory will become our territory in the kingdom of heaven, because we're going to be killing off Edomites, and they're the only Gentile nation that will not have an inheritance.
That's right.
Because we read the book of Ezekiel, it says the strangers would have an inheritance, which is correct. Meaning they're going to have an inheritance within our borders as our servants. Because we want our slaves close to us. If they're to report to work every morning, they got to live close to us. Yeah. Okay, how do we expect them to report to work to us every morning if they live hundreds of miles away? Right. They got to report to work to us, so they might as well live in our suburbs. We might as well have suburbs set out. Just, hey, I'm interested in something. Doesn't a white man do that to us? He puts us in the ghettos. All right, and the ghettos is amongst his suburbs, and we got to report to him in the city every day, right? All right, so it's not the ghettos our inheritance in the white man's kingdom. Okay, is this not what he gave us for us to live in? Okay, so likewise, we're going to have ghettos for you nations. We're going to have ghettos, but it's going to be clean though. Yeah. Okay, and we're going to have ghettos within our nation and our borders that you Gentiles and you strangers will be there, because you have to report to work early in the morning. That's right. And you have to build up our kingdom. Yeah. Okay, yes, you must do these things, man. That's all right, so yeah, man, that's how it's going to be, man. Give me on 1 Maccabees 14:29. I got to get into Judas. Okay, Judas Maccabeus. Give me 1 Maccabees 14:29. I mean, this is a Hanukkah segment. Okay, let's get into this. Concerning Simon and Matthias and Judas and all the rest of these brothers, real brothers of the nation of Israel. 1 Maccabees chapter 14, verse 29.
For as much as oftentimes there have been wars in the country, wherein for the maintenance of the sanctuary. Right,
the maintenance of our sanctuary, okay, our dwelling place, our laws, statutes, commandments, our homeland, all these wars that the nation of Israel have fought with and against for these Gentiles who came up against us, read.
In the law.
We fought for the law, read.
Simon the son of Matthias, of the prosperity of Jared, together with his brethren, put themselves in jeopardy.
Right, these men put themselves in jeopardy, read.
And resisting the enemies of their nation.
Right, they resisted the enemies of their nation. Read.
Did their nation great honor.
No, they did the white man great honor.
Did their nation great honor.
They did their nation great honor. They was all about their nation. A real man of Israel is about his nation. He don't give a damn about the Gentiles and the other nations. He's about his nation first and foremost, and the Gentiles crawling, begging for crumbs like that woman crawled and told Christ, at least the dogs get crumbs at master's table. Meaning the masters or the nation of Israel and the dogs are the other nations. That's how it's going down. And the white man is a floor that the dogs walk and piss and urinate on. Okay, and defecate on as a nation of people. Read.
For after that Jonathan, having gathered his nation together.
No, we should gather the white man together.
His nation together.
Not Jonathan gathered his nation together. Read.
And being their high priest was added to his people.
No, to all people.
To his people.
To his people. Everything was done for the sake of Israel. Drop down to verse 32.
Verse 32. At which time Simon rose up and fought for his nation.
No, he fought for the white man.
For his nation.
No, he fought for the other nations.
His nation.
He fought for his nation. Read.
And spent much of his own substance and armed the valiant men of his nation.
No, the white man.
His nation.
No, the other nations.
His nation.
His nation. Read.
And gave them wages.
And he gave them wages out of his own pocket. Okay, for his nation. Drop down to verse 35.
Verse 35. The people therefore seeing the acts of Simon.
So when we saw that, read.
And unto what glory he taught to bring his nation.
No, to the white man.
His nation.
To his nation. Here we go. Happy Hanukkah. Everything about Israel. His nation. Read.
Made him their governor and chief priest, because he had done all these things, and for the justice and faith which he kept to his nation.
No, to the white man.
His nation.
No, to the other nations.
His nation.
His nation. Okay? These are men of the Lord that was only doing things for their nation. Read.
And for that, he sought by all means to exalt his people.
No, exalt the white man.
His people.
No, exalt Japheth.
His people.
You damn Coolerites make me do a number 3 every night when I think of you guys. Make me want to vomit. Okay, that's not the spirit of Israel. Everything was all about Israel. That's the bottom line to it all. Esther chapter 10 verse 8. Okay, let's go back to Esther now. Okay, back then when the black woman had sense. Okay, when the West Indian woman had sense. Okay, give me Esther chapter 10 verse 8. I believe Esther was Benjamin, right?
Yeah, come.
Right. Okay, give me Esther chapter 10 verse 8.
Esther chapter 10 verse 8. And the nations were those that were assembled to destroy the name of the Jews.
And that's mainly Edom that's responsible for that, or who you guys call Japheth. Okay, Japheth, Edom. Who you guys call that? They went to destroy the nation of our people, and they call themselves Jews now, and they're saying that we're not the real Jews, right?
And my nation is Israel.
And my nation is this Israel. Right, our nation is Israel, right?
Which cried to God and were saved, for the Lord has saved his people.
Right.
And the Lord had delivered us from all these evils.
Right.
And the Most High had wrought signs and great wonders, which have not been done among the Gentiles.
Right.
Therefore,
because the Lord didn't give a damn about the Gentiles. Whatever is done amongst the Gentiles is for Israel's sake. When the Lord raised up Cyrus, that was for Israel's sake. Okay, so we could rededicate the temple from off the Babylonian captivity. Read on.
Therefore had he made 2 lots, one for the people of the Most High, and another for all Gentiles.
Read. So that's a separation right there. Read on.
And these 2 lots came at the hour and time and day of judgment before the Most High among all nations.
Right. So that's why the word of the Lord, there was a lot for the Gentiles and there was a lot for Israel. Okay. So that way when judgment comes, the judgment will come in the sight of all nations. All right. Wherever the disciples were sent to teach the word of the Lord to Israel, the nations saw it. They received the word just like Israel did. So that way it could be judgment unto all nations, just like it was here during the time of Esther. Right?
So the Most High remembered his people.
And at the end of the day, God said, I'm going to remember my people. Read.
And justified his inheritance.
And he had justified his inheritance. 1 Maccabees 3:1. Let's get more before we close this out. This is beautiful.
Good.
Okay, these scriptures are coming out. Men get upset. But the word is going out. The scriptures are being brought out. 1 Maccabees chapter 3, verse 1.
Then his son Judas, called Maccabeus.
You know how to get my man Judas Maccabeus up in there. Read.
Rose up in his bed.
And his stead.
And all his brethren helped him. And so did all they that held with his father. And they fought with cheerfulness the battle of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So he got his people great honor.
No, he got the white man great honor.
His people.
So what the hell is these Canaanites doing trying to give honor to these other nations? Especially the so-called white man. That's the main one, though. Because that's the main one you niggas are crying about.
Yeah.
Okay, read.
and put on a breastplate as a giant, and girt his warlike harness about him.
Right.
And he made battles, protected the whole